Hey guys, it's Triumph again. I'm same day as recording the first one. Just got out of a call with my boy 7K. And I was thinking about how I'm going to be doing the textures and stuff. And since it's fresh in my mind, I thought I'd just continue the tutorial. So I'll just do the textures. I was just playing around with the mask. I'll explain in the next one. But right now we're just going to model the main light source, or like the flower sun in the background. I'm not going to go too much in depth on it, as it's really just a light source in this angle, not so much for looks. So I'm instead of doing all the detail here, I'm just going to put a sphere. So let's go and do that. Let me turn off live viewer. Let's just put all this stuff into one folder. There we go. Out of the camera. Okay, so let's scale is everything. So we got our sphere. I'm gonna just make this really big and go back at the camera. I'm gonna just look at final. It's hard to tell how big the sphere is from this angle and how much of it is just glare. So this is going to be some playing around, so I'm just drag this back. I'm gonna make it just bigger than the if at the angle I'm looking at, which is straight on, I'm gonna have it just bigger than the actual banner I guess we made. So, and then it's kind of a flower of the sun, so looking at the petals, I guess it'll just be a cloner. So first let's just get a rectangle, I guess. Let's go into straight view, scroll out. So the petals are pretty big, so I'm gonna just make the rectangle editable right away. I'm gonna select the two top points and just drag them way up. Let's do a bit more. Let's go in object mode and just make it wider. I think that's good. So I'd say about half, 3/4 of the width of the main circle of the banner. And then the points are also pointed, so I'm going to go back into point mode, scroll in, and I'm going to just hold control and just click in the middle, and there it created a point. That's how you create more points and shapes. I'm going to just drag that point up, give it a little point, or make it spear looking, and then I'm going to select the bottom two as they seem to get narrow towards the bottom, so I'm going to just hold and drag in a little bit. There, got kind of a elongated diamond. So let's drag that into an extrude. Let me scroll out. Okay, this is looking good. And then the middle of it is also, I guess, indented. So let's just duplicate the extrude just so we have a copy, just in case I do something wrong. So I'm gonna make it editable, right click on it, select children. I'll select these other caps, right click on it again and do connect objects plus delete, and I'm gonna go into polygon mode. I'm gonna just do a Control A and I'm gonna press K, which gives us our knife tool. And then in the, let's just go into face mode. We're going to select the very top point, or actually, sorry, before we do anything. And then we want this to go through all the selections, so invisible only. Just click that. I'm going to click the very top. I'm going to hold shift so it's a straight line, and then click the bottom. And okay, and that cut through. I'll cut to the very bottom. Okay, perfect. So now I'm gonna go into the edge mode. I'm gonna select loop selection. Oh, let me do that. Yeah, I'll just select it manually. I'm gonna select that inner loop we just did. So there's two sides on the top and bottom. Oh, this is huge. And I'm just going to have this whole loop of edges, and I'm just going to click and drag backwards a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a crease. Okay, I think that's alright. I'm going to just do a file save quickly. Let's drag this into a cloner. Graph, cloner, radial. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just go with 20. No clue where I'm getting that from. And then let's look at the radius of the sphere. Radius is really big. I'm gonna copy that and make that the radius in here. Just click and drag that back. Let's actually make it even bigger. So that's good. And now let's, because there's multiple layers of these petals, so I'm gonna just click, I'm gonna duplicate, Control C, Control V. I'm gonna rotate that a bit. And I'm gonna duplicate it once more. And just fill in the holes that don't already have these petals. Let's duplicate one more. There we go, we got one hell of a flower sun, whatever. And then we also have, there's two tubes in there. Might as well just add those, so let's get a tube, change P to 90 so it's facing us. Let's get the inner radius. We should already have it copied and pasted from the radius of the sphere. Sorry, outer radius. Just drag that up, drag this up. So we have our tubes. Let's just drag that back. We want the flower petals to be touching, so just drag the outer radius a bit more. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's look at it from our camera. Yeah. Let's say this is good. Let me just make the tube thicker so it goes all the way. So that's good. I'm actually move the sun back a bit more. I'd say that looks good. Not too snazzy at all. Not too snappy. Let's bump the inner radius up. Yeah. I'm gonna make the sphere larger again. I'd say this is looking good. Since I do want the tutorials to be organized, I'm gonna just cut this here, and then I'm gonna quickly start the texture one. At least, hopefully I can get through it. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.